Hey guys, welcome to Over the BS. I'm Sadé.
And I'm Blair.
And today we've got the incredibly talented Jason Carter on the podcast. He is an entertainment reporter. You may know him from Entertainment Tonight's ET Live, or strutting his stuff as part of the pit crew on RuPaul's Drag Race, or his own IG live show, Jason Unleashed, where he sits down with all the stars to get candid. So we are so happy to have you on.
I'm so happy to be here, Sadé, Blair. First of all, you both have incredible freaking names. Like Sadé and Blair. Hello, the universe. Thank you. I'll take it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we have a little double entendre going on with the BS, Blair, Sadé.
It's divine intervention, kismet, serendipity, whatever you want to call it. It's epic. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Jesus was here for us. Now, we think you are just the perfect person to talk about this subject. We've been meditating really on what is up with social media stars, and entertainment hosts kind of clashing over numbers. Are numbers important? Is the skill set more important? And you actually tweeted out something about a week ago, so I'm going to read the tweet. I got the receipts.
Go in, girl.
I got the receipts. So you said, so we're going to start hiring TikTok people for hosting gigs. Really? That's what we're doing? How about we hire talent that actually do the job? Regardless of their following, let's just set the bar low, shall we? SMH. Now, I would like to know, first off, what prompted this tweet?
That tweet was born of me being on social media and seeing, okay, so I'm on TikTok, but I'm not active on TikTok because you only have so much energy in your humanity to give to social media, right? So you pick and choose the platform that is most organic and that resonates the most with you naturally. But I was on Instagram, and I had saw a friend who has been really successful on TikTok, a male, and he was like, I'm going to be appearing on some like major outlet, hosting a segment about entertainment news in regards to Black Lives Matter. Now, mind you, this person, I've never, in the time I've known this person, have ever seen him be engaged, galvanized, or mobilized in the space of activism. We don't live together. He's not my boyfriend. However, that hasn't been his brand, at least to me. And also, it kind of struck a nerve in that I've been hosting here in LA since 2009. I've been here since 2006. Yeah. And so the grind and the labor and the training and the sacrifice and the dues that I have paid to have the crumbs of the career that I've had are not going to go by the wayside because some fucking TikToker decides, I'm going to get on TikTok and some casting director thinks that they're talented. Skirt, no. That's a slap in so many people's faces. And I get it. It's not really, like, I don't have control over that. But in that moment, that was just what I was thinking. Like, why not go find a talented host that is of color that can do that job, that deserves to have that job? And it doesn't even matter about their social media following, because we've come to learn also, just because you have a somewhat big influence on social media does not mean that audience is going to follow you to that platform. Hence, Khloe Kardashian, The X Factor, where were they at for that? They weren't.
And also, sometimes I found that influence on one platform doesn't actually really even equate influence. Sometimes it's just the numbers. You have the pretty pictures, but when you want them to go over and buy a shirt, you can't even sell 30 shirts. There was some random blogger who had millions of followers and couldn't sell 36 shirts.
And look, no shade to, okay, let's stop. Let's right now, Sadé, I feel you, girl. Let's not call them influencers anymore, because really they're not influencing nothing. We live in a time, and I have seen this, whereas if you are cisgender, non-POC, you can post body shots, beauty shots, and you're going to have a following exponentially larger than your POC counterpart that's not posting TNA, abs, or whatever, but they're posting more substantial and substantive content because that's their brand, and what they're giving has value. But because we live in a racist society and work in a somewhat racist industry, that goes by the wayside. So like let's Alyssa. She's cute. She loves fashion, pop culture, oh my God, travel. And she's always like doing like glamour shots. Oh my gosh, I'm beautiful. And people, I mean, look, using the hashtag, she's getting a following. And so it's like, all right, fine. But who is that serving? What is that content serving? Like,
where's that message?
Right. Like,
what's the message after that?
Yeah. And so, and then also, you mean people are able to do whatever they want, you know, like live your best life. Got it. But when it comes to talent and hiring people and opportunity and skill set, there's a whole swath of people that are just not even seen because they aren't of a certain demographic. They're not of a certain. They don't move to the world as a certain shade. And it's a
certain box they want you to perform in, which I've also found happens for a lot for POC. Like some of the most, well-to-do POC sometimes seem that they have to almost fit in this certain box where it's almost like you're performing for this certain sort of masses, or I don't know what to tell me. We're all Black, where it's like you're tap dancing for the white audience, and a lot many of us also don't want to do that, or that's just not our brand. Maybe there's some people that do give into that, and that's their brand, and that's fine. That's how they make their dollar. But not all of us fit into that, and not all of us want to. So that's something else I picked up on.
Well, it's sad because it's the whole old adage of there can only be one. Only one gets to the only one. So that box that you guys bring up is being checked by having that one person that gets through the door. Mm-hmm. Then when they're in the house, it's like, okay, here, thank you. This is the box. All right, completely not engaged, not included. The inclusivity does not match the wannabe diversity and representation. So what happens is it creates, it's just as egregious because you have the talent in-house that they auditioned, that they call back. All these things that you have to go through to even get a gig that is so traumatic in some instances. Then when you finally get the gig, you're not even engaged. You're not seen. You're not appreciated. Your ideas are not met with any kind of vigor. Microaggressions are abound. So it's like there's so many different elements and so much of a shitstorm that goes into being Black in this industry. So getting back to social media, it's the TikTok post was all born of that for me. It was just the nail in the freaking coffin. The nail in the coffin, because it's just like, really, that's what we're doing now. These casting directors who I get it, they have a job to do. They have to get eyeballs on projects. It's really hard to do that now because we have cell phones. Our attention span is so quick. Yeah. So they have to do a job. But the smart producer thinks, okay, long-term longevity. I'm gonna hire Sadé Spence. She went to Syracuse. People know her. People like her. She can do the job. Here's her track record. Go to her social media. Oh my gosh, she's on brand for what we want. Long term, our audience is going to be engaged with her because we're hiring her for the right reason. But they don't think about that anymore. It's like when Beyonce said in Life Is But a Dream in her 2013 documentary, people just put on a single and then burn out. They put out another single and then burn out.
They don't care about albums no more.
No one makes an album. Like they have these one-off gigs that fizzle. They pour money into these endeavors that go nowhere, and then end up being detrimental to all parties involved. It's just like no one thinks like these streaming platforms now too. No one's thinking it through thoroughly anymore. It's just like, hurry up, put it out there, and we'll see what happens. And it does such a disservice to every party that is giving of their talent, time, money, resources, and mental health.
Mm-hmm. Was that a shot at Quibi? I'm just gonna put it out there. Was that a Quibi?
No.
Is that what that was?
No, look, Quibi's great. I love Quibi. Like I watch Quibi. I think no shade to any streaming platform. But like when you exist in this industry and you watch a lot and you have a lot of friends, you're on social media.
Yeah.
And if you're paying attention, you see how things work. You see how things come and go. I mean, you'd be remiss to not do that. Being talent in this industry is about being a business. You're a business. People are buying you. Buyers of talent, like if let's say I had a show, and you guys probably know this, but for the viewer, the audience, I had a show and I hired Sadé and I hired the BS podcast. I have purchased you because I'm paying you for your services. I bought you. So buyers of talent, you have to realize what that entails. And as a business, you have to make yourself aware and privy to all aspects of the business because it only serves you in the long run as far as the longevity of your brand in the business.
Ooh, this reminds me, do you guys remember when Megan Thee Stallion, they were doing this interview at a festival and there was a white TikToker and she came up with this black scent and she was calling her bitch. What did it, bitch? You're twerking on the stage, bitch. And I was just like, y'all could have hired me and I would have asked her some real questions, in-depth questions, but it's just to your point, and it goes to show that people don't even care about really content anymore. It's about the popularity of the actual person, interviewing them or whatever talent they are interested in. But I want to know from you, Jason, has there been a personal experience you've been here since 2006, out here grinding. Has there been an experience where you have been overlooked, not even based on talent, but based on popularity or followers?
This week.
Wow.
Yes. No, look, Blair. Yes, bro. Absolutely, 100%. And I don't say that. I don't say that with passion to be like I'm bitter. I understand that's how the business works. I get it. But when you know, like I'm on a very popular television show. My social media doesn't reflect me being on the show, but other people on the show that have a similar job that I do, their social media reflects it. But they're not at the same hue I am. And it's a conversation that a lot of people have. This conversation is now more normalized in the last 60 days because of George Floyd and Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and the civil unrest that we are for sure experiencing in the world, mainly in the United States. And it's because, you know, people look at blackness as accessory, but we are the tastemakers. Everything freaking cool. Like when you watch the VMAs and you have, you know, a Kardashian adjacent sister being like, yo, coming up next, we have my girl, Nicki Minaj, because she's trying to be swaggy because she thinks that's what's cool. Even though it's appropriating, it's because we have created what's cool. People of color, fashion, music. This country built on the sweat of our backs. So when you ask me, have I been overlooked? There's been a myriad of times I've been overlooked. And also I've been overlooked I've been colorized, if that's a word, because I was the darker black guy. I've been also judged because I wasn't an athlete, because I'm the gay black guy, because I'm not black enough. So many things that have been weaponized against me because of how I moved through the world in this industry. And I think that there's something to be said about allowing yourself to heal from those traumas and accept what that is, because I think we also put a hat on things and we dwell in like, it's unfair, you know, so and so that, why don't they see me? And that's pretty much wasting your life. I would much rather be like, you know what, it's shitty all around. What can I do to ensure my success the best way I can within my own control? Because that's all the control you have. I've been overlooked. I mean, oh my God, there's been.
So how did that change or if it did, how did that change your approach to hosting and social media, if at all?
Great, awesome question. It did, Sadé, it absolutely changed my approach to how I do things, because if you look at my social media, I'm very intentional. Everything I post is on brand. Everything I post is what it's not. You don't go to my social media and be like, well, who is Jason? Like, what does he do? You know, I have a show. You know, I'm really passionate about the trans community. I'm posting about trans stuff. I don't engage with people that I don't see value in, and not value in like they could do something for me, value and they have great energy, value and they've engaged with me, value and I like what they're doing. I see how hard they're working. That to me is valuable. So from what I've learned from all that rejection is I'm definitely worthy and deserving of everything I want. We all are, 100%. That I don't need some producer or casting director to tell me I don't need their permission to do what we're doing right now, connecting and having our own show and putting our own content out. Shit, we should have did it sooner. However, COVID and the universe aligned for us to do it now. So the past is the past. We're here now. We're killing it. And 3, it's allowed me to go within and find out what I really want. Like Beyonce, what do I want? Do I want to be successful at radio? Do I want to make albums? What do I want? You know, like, do I want to be an entertainment host? Do I want to leave LA behind and go work at a Chase Bank? What do I want? And allow myself and give myself the permission to walk away from things that are not healthy. Because a lot of talent, what we do is we pick ourselves up from our lives before to come to Los Angeles. And who knows what those lives were. If you were abused, if you were a victim of sexual assault, if you were a recent college graduate from an amazing school like Syracuse, and you know, your dream is to come to LA and work in entertainment. And so you pack up and you save money, you drive across the country, you live with 5 people. So many stories that have happened to me. Car repossessed, fired from jobs, 2 back surgeries, so many things. And so when we finally get that opportunity, we cling onto it with our cold, dead hands because we've sacrificed and struggled so much for just that moment. To be like, someone sees me. Someone sees my talent. I've worked hard. Someone sees me. And it's that validation that feels good, but it's also like an addiction. It feels good, but it's so bad for you because you're placing your happiness, worth, autonomy, and essence in someone else that may not see the value in your autonomy and essence after the gig is over, or depending on which way the wind blows, they see your worth. They could be like, you know what, I'm over you, bye. But yet, and so from there, what comes after that? Depression, or you feel like you're less than, your self-worth, your confidence is eroded. So from all the rejection that I have been through, I'm thankful because it's allowed me to amass and cultivate an armor and a tough skin to keep on going for what I really want.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like harnessing, you know, that power and that love from within to keep going, because honestly, you just have to really want it in the end. Because I think after you've been beaten down so much, you can only keep going for it if you really, truly want it. And that's why sometimes I think, you know, maybe there are some social media stars that, you know, they'll try it a little bit, and if it's not their cup of tea, they bounce because they don't have maybe the drive or the real desire to be in that field and to do some of the work, even if they did cut out of, you know, much of the journey that we already have. So
Right.
I think, you know, there really is a lot that we gain from going through those hard times, and, you know, just learning how much you've invested in yourself and how much that should mean to you, to know that you've gotten this far. You don't even know if that next opportunity is right around the corner. You don't even know what God can have right around the corner. So I just think for all of us, you know, just keep going. One thing I really also wanted to touch on is you have been able to harness such a big following. And I'd love to know, what would you want other hosts to know about building up, you know, their brand and building up themselves? You already talked about personally, but how do they do that and keep that on their social media presence, especially, you know, when you're getting, it feels like there's so much there's such a popularity contest.
Girl, you know what? Even for myself, like, I hate when people try, like, let's just be real about this. Going on social media is a toxic, microaggressive, indirectly abusive experience. It really, truly is. Like, I don't like it. And people, oh, I have a healthy relationship with social media. No, you don't. You don't. Because
Preach.
social media, what you post on social media is completely based on your judgment. You have to choose to post what you post. That's why I talk about intentionality. And it is a popularity contest. It is like where, you know, people will weaponize their following against you as you're not good enough because I have 3 times the followers you have. Well, but for myself, I tell people, when you build your following, just keep showing up. Just keep doing it. If there's something that you're into, just keep doing it. I don't know if you guys know Heather Gardner. She's a really good friend of mine. She's incredible. She's on Quibi's Entertainment Weekly's Last Night, Late Night.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've seen her account too.
Amazing. We have been
So
through
good.
the same managers, gone through some dramas, like a sister to me. And right now, what she's doing with her platform is that she's doing outside of EW, she's doing her own Trump videos about like the politics, and they're blowing up on TikTok. And at first, they weren't doing much, and now they're going viral. And she just kept doing them. And whenever we see each other, we have chips and salsa, and we say, boo, just keep showing up. So my advice to other talents and people that want to build their following is just keep posting content. Because there's times where, look, I barely hit 50,000 followers last week, and I've been grinding on Instagram for like 4 years now. 4 years, and it's just keep posting, and find what works for you. And it's not about competing. Like, I don't care if so-and-so gets like 5,000 likes on a video, or if my videos only get like 900 views, but someone else's get like 5 million, whatever, because I'm not doing it for that. You have to know your why. And if your why is validation by likes, that's where the dangerous elements of social media come into play exponentially more than if you are just, I love to cook, so I post about cooking. And that's just what I do. So it's just knowing your why and then going from there. And blinders. There's some people's accounts I don't go on. I don't go on. I just know that it does me no good to go onto people's accounts that I know are triggering. It does me no good to engage and to be up on people that I don't like, I'm not interested in following, and don't enrich my life in some capacity. That's a waste of time. There's nothing will ever come from that. Like they say, don't look back because you're not going that way again. Nothing ever comes from texting your ex and talking to people you don't like. Period.
Do you think, well, based on your experience, social media, like you said, is very toxic, but was there a time where you kind of gave in, where you kind of just left yourself and what you thought was right for your own well-being to try to gain popularity on social media so you could have leverage in any way?
Good player with the Barbara Walters question. Wow.
I love Barbara Walters.
I hope she's well. No one's seen her for months.
I know, but she's getting that view money, so she's great.
She got that quaint. Blair. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let me think about this, because I don't think I've ever compromised myself on social media. I think I've gotten smarter about what I want to post because I've grown as a man. So back in like 2015, 16, I was body shots, abs, like that, because that was my brand then. That's what I was doing. And so that was, I didn't know better. I didn't know about, showing people a different side of yourself. So I think the compromise came positively when I wanted to get really deep into hosting. I wanted to be taken seriously, because perception is reality, unfortunately. And like, if you have to show somebody something before they'll believe it. No one's gonna look at Blair and be like, Blair's a talented host. It's like, you have to send a reel or a carrier pigeon or to show people your goods,
Yes.
I felt like social media was becoming a business card, and I was going on auditions, and people were like there was one job, a really big job, 2015. It was for a national TV show, and I had to do a Skype interview, all of it. I didn't get it, allegedly, because of all my Drag Race underwear body shots. It wouldn't resonate with their audience, end quote. That's what my manager at the time told me. And I won't say her name. And
I don't know her.
Yeah, we for sure don't know her.
We don't know her.
We know Mariah Carey, that ass. We do not know her. And I thought, okay. And so I was instructed to scrub Google. I was instructed to remove every picture of this iconic global phenomenon that I'm on, because it didn't resonate with a conservative audience. And so from there, I was going to compromise who I was and what I was doing to try to fit in to get a job like that. Whereas had, let's say, an MTV or a whatever, an E, saw that and they called me in, which they have many times, they would have been like, oh my gosh, not only is he on this show, but he also can host. He also is a journalist. He also could do these things. Mm-hmm. So it was in that I thought, okay, where's the middle ground? Where does the rubber meet the road? How can I still stay true to what I'm doing because I'm proud of what I'm doing and still allow myself to show people a different side? So I kind of pivoted and started posting more of my hosting stuff, more me, no more body shots, clipping off different segments I was doing. And that started to really work for me. But as far as like trying to, I don't know, be like thirst trappy, and no, never. Again, everything I've always posted has been intentional and came from a space of, this is just what I'm doing. Like, I don't, just what I'm about.
Here for it. Now, that brings up actually a good point. Another thought that I was thinking about was, I also feel like a lot of hosts, at least compared to social media stars, are also held to a different standard, even though we're both in the same place. We're on the same red carpet. We're in the same junket. And I feel like when it comes to Black hosts, we're held up in an even higher regard. Is that something you feel like you've seen? And have you ever felt yourself adapting in those moments?
Well, you can't adapt in the moment because your card's already pulled. Like the issue I have with social media influencers over hosts is because we have cultivated and amassed a skill set. We have weapons to fight with. We have ammo in our artillery to be on a carpet with Halle Berry, and when she drops an exclusive that she is no longer going to play a trans actress, and that's your exclusive, you realize, boom, this is a moment. Let me be present and listen and not make it about me. It's about the audience and what we're getting, right? Mm-hmm. So, but being black, you are, by the time you've got to that carpet, your producers or whoever you're working for has already come to, they're here for you and supporting you, or they don't care about you at all. There's no in between. It's black. It's very black and white. It's very black and white, literally. And I think that I've never had to adapt because I know who I am on these carpets, and every time I'm out there, I'm Jason Carter. Like I'm a black gay host. You guys know what you got. You know why I'm here. You know what I'm about. You know what we're doing. Like, any questions? Mm-hmm. And when it comes to like influencers or other talent that is getting an opportunity or maybe has a leg up, I just say, you know what? If it really bothers me a lot, I'll speak out on it. But for the most part, it's just like, that's just the business. And I would rather just focus on the job I have to do then and get great content and great work and keep it pushing. Because mm-hmm. I've also learned you have to pick your battles. Mm-hmm. And it's because there's a lot of battles you have to let ruin you for the sake of that one that you fight. Yeah. Because as black in this business, you don't want to be the bitchy gay black guy or the angry black woman, or aggressive black woman, or the scary black dude. I've been called bitchy gay black guy, aggressive black dude, muscular scary black guy, all kinds of things, all because I stuck up for myself and I voiced cordially, respectfully, peacefully, a dissenting opinion about something that I was right about. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, all we want is to be treated, like, I just want to be treated fairly and be treated like why am I here then? Why do you hire talent to treat them like shit? I will never understand that. It's so bizarre. Like, I'm here to do a job, but you're mad at me because I'm doing the job? Yeah. You hire me, but don't give me the tools I need to do the job? Or you want me to do the job, but you don't want. But when I go to you for feedback or anything, you didn't even watch the show. Or it's just so many things that have just been so bad at some outlets that you'd be surprised at.
No, there's an outlet where I decided I would do it for free, and then they told me, like, when I got there, don't take too many pictures. Make sure you're not taking pictures. Like, this is the only leverage I have besides hopefully getting this, some of this interview back. And I just found it interesting because later on they were telling like, oh yeah, I think we're going to try to get some Instagram models as well to be hosts. And I was just thinking,
no.
They take pictures all day.
Right.
So you're going to pick somebody who takes pictures all day, but then tell someone who's a host who knows what they want to ask already, just make sure you don't take too many pictures. I just thought it was like so weird. And that's just like one small example of the millions of examples we probably all have of weird double standards.
We all know of the free outlets that hire lots of hosts, and it's like slave labor.
Yeah.
The environment is toxic, and recently there's been a reckoning at this outlet, this free outlet, and it's like you can only do dirt for so long until people are like, no, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. And hire these Instagram models. At the end of the day, and I've seen this from my own eyes too, that there's no longevity in that. There isn't. 1 out of 10 of those people they find on social media will have a career. The other 8, the other 9 doesn't even care enough to even pursue a career. Yeah. You know, or never, like, don't do the work, have the legs to keep walking the path. Sadé, you said it just right earlier. You have to want it. You have to want it because there's so many things that make you not want it. More things will make you not want it than make you want it. So you have to intrinsically, inherently, and viscerally want this, and want it with integrity. Want it with integrity. And also, another thing that is really weird too is I'm seeing right now, especially because people, is the cool kids club of social media. Like if you're not on the echelon of blackness to hang out with these people or have these people on your show or to communicate or be in talks with these people because you're not, it's this weird thing that I'm seeing, and I'm trying to make sure I'm seeing it correctly. It's you know, like you get an inkling, but it's like, I'm not woke enough to be in those spaces with you, or you to be on my show, or for me to even talk to you because I don't know, because my content isn't hyper black, or my content isn't, or I'm not, you think I'm a Carlton or Uncle Tom or all these things. And so it's like, all right, bet. But we're in a time where outside of our door, we're fighting for equality. We're fighting for our lives. But yet in our circle, we're doing the same shit to each other that has been done to us by Karens and Gregs and Tracys and Travises and all those people that are trying to ruin us and end us. What's the psychology behind that?
No, me and Sadé were literally having to talk about this in the community of hosts in LA, and how we even feel like even within the black community of hosts who still aren't getting fair opportunities, they still treat people horrible because they may have had this one iconic interview, or they might have a friend. But I just want to say this. I know this is kind of going off topic, but like talking to you, Jason, is really a breath of fresh air for me being a gay black host, because I was telling Sadé this too. There have been a couple black gay hosts that I've met that are in the industry that are obviously bigger than me, and I totally respect that. And they have been really nasty to me or just very rude to me. And I feel like talking to you, I just feel like you're one of those people that is just welcoming, and you understand the overall picture, that at the end of the day, why is there so much competition? Like, why do people feel like they have to only be the one person? They have to be that one female rapper, that they're going to only be one, when there can be a bunch of people. There can be Megan Thee Stallions and Nicki Minaj's and Cardi B's all at the same time. So I just want to know from you, being a gay black host, how has that experience been for you also?
You know what? Being a gay black host, I don't think my sexuality has hindered me at all, because I don't lead with being gay. And here's the thing: we are multifaceted. We have so many layers. I always say that my sexuality is 5% of my outfit. You know, you have your socks, your underwear, your shirt, all of that. My sexuality is the socks. I just put it on, keep it pushing, right? Mm-hmm. I don't like it. When you hire Jason Carter, you're getting someone who can do the damn job. You're getting someone who this like is psychotic about his craft, that knows what's up, that knows how to engage the crew, that knows how to be on point with producers in his ear. You're getting so many. you're getting the real deal. So me being gay is like, fine, that's something we can talk about it on camera. Hell, I was at Entertainment Tonight talking about Jussie Smollett when all that went down. And people looked to me to be a voice about that. And there's pressure, like just because I'm the gay black guy doesn't mean I want to always talk about gayness. Yeah. But I don't let that be.
Talk about blackness, like all.
You are not your job. And I always tell this to people: it is not your job to be the poster child for that group of people unless you want to be that. That's not fair. It's like, don't ask me about fucking Oprah all the time when I don't watch Oprah anymore. Like, Oprah's great. Oprah likes bread. Oprah's working with Weight Watchers. You know, Oprah, the color purple, she manifested it. Awesome. Great. There's more to that. Don't ask me about Beyonce. Don't ask me about Kanye West all the time. It's just like, why don't you ask me about, I don't know, I love dogs. Ask me about the type of dog I have. You know, like stuff like that. So being gay isn't I don't allow that to be like, oh shit, he's gay. It's like, yeah, I like dudes. Next. What can I get the copy? Can I run through prompter?
Where's my IFB?
100%. Like, can we get this going? Can you hear me? Can you turn me up? You got me in the booth? Awesome. Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, thank you for watching Jason Carter. Today I'm talking with Sadé Spence and Blair, the BS show. Awesome conversation about equality entertainment, you guys. You know, it's like keep it pushing. And people put too much emphasis on things that don't need to be emphasized unless you want to emphasize them in an authentic and relatable and a conscious effort to serve the audience and the conversation at hand, not just because it's a trope and it's a token, it's something to talk about. I don't fuck with that. I don't do that.
Yeah. And I feel like right now it's really hard to almost move within this, you know, we're in this civil unrest and it seems like that's what everybody wants to move with right now because it's trendy if they're the non-Black outlet organization. And if it is the Black organization, it's like we're even fighting to be like, let's actually talk about something else. Like, we need to move out of this, and it feels like we're stuck. So I completely hear you and understand that, and I think it's just a weird ground for Black people to move in right now.
It is. Also because we're, you know, it's so.
And we've got our own Black community problems that we still gotta work out. Like, I tweeted the other day, like, while we're all chanting Black Lives Matter, let's pay your Black contributors and writers and hosts on time.
And also, I mean, we've been indoors for like 4 months now. COVID. It's so much. I mean, like, so much has happened that's been traumatic. It has been traumatic, and then coupled with blatant racism. I mean, now you cannot go online without hearing about a Karen. You cannot go online without someone calling someone a nigga. And I'm sorry to say that, but for real, you cannot go online without seeing something that reminds you of how you are, about how you're not welcome, about how you're not safe. You are a freak of nature. Imagine being gay and Black. That's 2 strikes against you, allegedly. So it's like when you have the conversation always about BLM, and it should not be a trend. It should not be a dying thing. It should not be a one-off. It should not be just a moment in time. But you're tired. And then coupled with maybe you're unemployed. Hello. Maybe you're moving. Hello. Maybe you are, you're healing from something that's happened to you. Maybe, there's so much that goes into being human, being a Black human, that you need respite. I need to bury my head in the sand and heal, because I don't know, you can only be superhuman. Resiliency is the gift of Blackness, but you can only be resilient for so long, because at the other end of the block, you're a human being. And emotions are made to move through you and to not stick on you and not to stay with you and scar you. Yeah. And everything that's happened has been so scarring. Like, I was at a great outlet for 2 years, and then all of a sudden I wasn't. And you work hard to land in a place like that, and then you're gone. Just like that. Gone. Like, bye, sorry, it's been nice. Here's a package, see you later. And you're like, okay, and it makes you feel like, well, where's my worth? And why am I so easy to be disposed of? You know? And that just leans on how Black people are feeling now. We're so disposable. Hello, George Floyd. They thought he was disposable. Breonna Taylor, disposable. Trayvon, Philando, Sandra, all these people were disposable to these people, to the ones to the evil that took their lives. So it's, you know, so I feel you about like social media. It's just like there's no safe space. There's no safe space, and right now we're all looking for a safe space. And if you can't have that within your own community, where can you have that? Really, where can you have that?
Yeah,
you know,
that's the space I feel like we're in right now, and I would love to know what is your safe space, or what are you doing right now to find your own safe space? I will admit that that's something that I'm struggling with right now, is trying to find a place where I can feel calm, and even if it's just for a little bit, because of everything you just listed. So I would love to even just hear from you. What are you doing to hang on to some joy and, you know, to have that safe space?
Joy. I'm glad you used the word joy, Sadé, because joy is eternal and happiness is fleeting, right? I'm struggling too, girl. I'm right there with you. I'm struggling too. I have an hour every day where I connect with beautiful people like you and Blair, and talk and laugh. Today I had Danielle Young on the show.
Yes, I was watching. I was in there.
Wasn't she great? Like me too. And the thing about her is that like she wasn't used to people interviewing her, because she probably was used to people not really wanting to know her story. You know what I mean? Like not really wanting to like know about her, because she's always been so giving. And it was nice to be able to have that connection with her. I have an hour every day where I get to talk to people. I have my dog. I have my beautiful husband of 10 years, where he's my rock. And I watch a lot of TV. I read. I watch Daily Blast Live out of Denver, great show. But even then, those are just little escapes from things that are bothering me. Every day I'm bothered by a lot of things that I can't control or fix or I don't know, rectify or reconcile, because I don't have that power. I haven't been granted the power to fix these things. And it gets to me sometimes, because I think, you know, you work hard and you struggle and you strive and you sacrifice and you give, and sometimes it's still not enough. It's still your best isn't enough. And that's a hard pill to swallow sometimes. It's a hard pill. It's hard to accept. So I think for me, the silver lining and the beautiful thing about all this is that we have the time to really go within and be like, okay, well, again, what do I want? What do I want? Like, and you have the time to go through all the emotions of mourning something, if you are choosing to let something go, mourning it, feeling the loss, and then being able to be, I guess, reborn, if you will, and be like, okay, today's a new day. I'm starting on a new path in this direction. I don't know where it's going to take me, but it feels right, because I'm all about a feeling. Like, you know when something's dope. You know when you've had an awesome interview. You know when the sex was good. You know when you got that bomb outfit. You know your red lip that you have on right now, Sadé, is fierce, right? Blair, you know your skin's popping. Like, when you know something is good, it's like
If you feel it.
It's like J-Lo says, I get the chill up and down my spine whenever I hear that song of mine.
Yeah.
I feel you, because it's like it's organic. That's what I'm trying to get to as far as a safe space. And I think to get there, you kind of have to dismantle everything you knew before. Mm-hmm. You have to be like letting go. My biggest struggle in life is surrender and letting go. And so I find a safe space in learning how to surrender and let go, because here's the thing, you two, when you surrender and you can let it go, it doesn't bother you anymore. Yeah. It's not like Vivian Lozada, like Evelyn Lozada said, it's a non-motherfucking factor. You know? It's the truth. And that's for me in my 40 years on this planet of figuring it out, sleepless nights. I worked a full-time job here in LA, hustling as a host, trying to be a host. I worked a day job. I would call in sick. I would make up excuses to go to auditions. I would get written up. I would do all these things because I loved what I did. And I realized that there came a point where I was like, you know what? If I didn't do this anymore, I would be okay. And that point is just now happening in like the last week. So when it comes to a safe space and a safe space that I go to, but I think that me accepting that the way things are and being okay with pivoting and taking a different direction or whatever that looks like, I'm okay with it. And there's peace in that. So there may not be a safe space, but I think finding peace will always be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I do have a follow-up to that.
That was a word.
What you said was beautiful. But
right? It's like, how am I supposed to ask this next question?
Yeah, but I mean, I just got to ask, because you did mention, though, that you would be okay with taking some time off, a break, or not even returning to this. What would you see the future as? What other things do you see yourself dabbling in if it's not entertainment hosting?
Oh my gosh, you know what? It's so funny you ask that question, because I don't know, Sadé. I don't know. I do not know. I don't know. And I do more than entertainment. I do politics, and I work with Young Turks. I do.
Yeah,
there's a lot. I dabble in a lot of things, but you know, I don't know. Janet Jackson had a 2006 album called 20YO, and at the beginning of the album, she says, you know, what am I going to talk about now? I talked about kids. I talked about violence. I talked about children. And at the end of her monologue, she says, here's what I do know, is that I don't know. And I don't know. But I think in my life, I've tried to control and manipulate everything and try to make things work in my favor, because as people of color, we are always told, go get it. Mary has a song called Go Get It. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're always being told to go get it. Yeah. My parents are divorced. I have a twin brother, an older brother, and a little sister.
Wait, you have a twin brother?
He's
I'm a triplet.
That is a triplet.
Well, really?
This is why we vibe. Multiples.
Birthday.
When's my birthday? October 9th.
I'm a Libra too. Holla.
Oh, hey, Libra's in the house. Yeah. Multiples.
I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpios are good. October
26th.
Oh,
okay, cool.
I love my sister Scorpio. But you know, we come from pedigrees of hardworking families, and you know, people who are like, okay, you want something in your life, you gotta go get it. You have to make it happen. And if you don't make it happen, you're a failure. It says something about you as a person, about the fiber of who you are as a person. And that's not true. I'm learning that that's not true, because for all the making happening that you did, or that I did, I think about all the life I missed out on. My 20s, 30s, go, 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 go. Success, comparing. So-and-so got this gig, why not me? My agent, what are you doing? Like, all these things that I just been like, you know what? Divine, God, Oprah, Mariah, whoever you are out there, whatever's for me, just deliver it to me. Just whatever you have for me. I'm good. Because everything, if you think about, I have gotten everything I've wanted in life, but it's been at a cost of some sort. And it was actually, it's always going to be at a cost. But if I look back on all the things that I've really got, that I've received, that I didn't ask for, that were awesome, they came in times where I let go and just let it happen. Case in point, I lived here in LA. I moved to LA in 2001 for the first time. I wasn't out of the closet. I was in a really abusive relationship, and I was back home in Albuquerque. I was on the radio, huge radio, like radio jock, nights, top 40 station, awesome. Before that, I was on television locally, all through high school. And I came to LA, and it was horrible. It was like the worst 2 years of my life. So I moved back to Albuquerque, a failure. You would not believe what people, because Albuquerque is a small town. Everyone knows you. They know when you're back. Mm-hmm. Working at a T-Mobile call center, no car, no money, heartbroken, still in the closet. But I wanted to start a dance team. I was like, I've always been a dancer. So I held an audition, and from this audition, I got beautiful blonde, a beautiful brunette, beautiful, gorgeous black woman, a redhead, and an Asian girl. And we were the dopest dance team in all the city, probably in the Southwest. And the reason why I think that happens because I just allowed for whoever to just deliver. I just let go and said, I just want to do this. Whoever comes, comes. And it became this thing. And so when I look back on every part of my life where I just allow things to happen, they've worked out better than when I tried to manipulate the situation and make things happen. So if I was to walk away from hosting or leave LA, I don't know what I would do, but I would be open to just being and seeing what happens for once, because you never know. God has a plan for you bigger than you could dream for yourself, quoting Oprah. And I'm ready to feel that. I'm ready I'm ready to see what that's like. I don't know what that's like because I've always tried to make it happen. What if I just sit back and say, okay, what do you have for me today? What could possibly happen? Because if the thing is if you did that and a cool opportunity came along, you already have the work ethic and you know what to do with it. You know what's right for you. You know how to move to it. You know how to walk through the door. You know how to execute. So you don't have to worry about that. Our struggle as talent is we want the opportunity because we know we can do the job. The drama comes from us not being validated by the people to give us a job because we're like, look at me. I have a degree in journalism. I can write. I'm bomb on a prompter. I'm great off script. I can banter. I can interview. I'm awesome. Look at me. And they don't. So that ends up, like I said, eroding our self-esteem, eroding our confidence, our potential, and a whole myriad of different effects that come from that. So if you let go and something comes, you already know how to handle it because you've done the work. What do they say? Luck is when preparation and opportunity collide. Mm-hmm. So I don't believe in luck. I think that things are meant for you. I think that was Britney Spears was supposed to be fucking Britney Spears. Beyonce was supposed to be Beyonce. Oprah was supposed to be Oprah. Mm-hmm. That they didn't get lucky. That was what was supposed to happen. That was their lot and their calling in life. They could have taken a myriad of different paths to get there, but they arrived when they were supposed to arrive, and I'm learning to really sit in that. So if I was to walk away from what I do now, universe, what do you have for me? What's on the menu today? Surprise me. I will jump in the river and swim with the stream versus trying to paddle against the current. Let's just ride this ride. See what happens.
I love your vulnerability, your honesty, the realness of just your personality. I think this podcast went from an episode to a lesson.
Oh.
It really did. But I kind of want to, we're kind of closing the show, but I do want to ask you a Mariah Carey question because when I learned that you are part of the Lamely, my heart just, it's like the Grinch, the end of the Grinch film, just blew up. Right, so Mariah, she just announced that her book is about to be released in September. So I got to know from you, what are you hoping that she covers, or what can't you wait to hear in the book? And what are you hoping that she digs into deeper that maybe a lot of people don't know?
I'm not interested. One, the book comes out 2 days after my birthday. I'm not interested in, I don't give a shit about Tommy Mottola. I don't give a damn about Eminem, the life. I am such a fan of Mariah as the songwriter, the vocalist, and the magician that she is lyrically, because Mariah Carey has been a part of my musical tapestry since 1990. I remember when I got a cassette tape. Someday Was Everything. I had all the remix singles, and then just her evolution from 91 with Emotions, 92 Unplugged, 93 Music Box, 95 Daydream, and then even the Christmas album. And like every stage of my life, Mariah Carey has had an album. I will never forget summer of 97 when the Honey music video premiered. It was like, she's just so dope. So I would like for her to go into making those albums. Like when she, after her breakdown in 2001 and her creating Charm Bracelet that didn't do as well.
But it was so good.
Look, Glitter and Charm Bracelet are some of her best works.
So good.
So good. Like the Emancipation Mimi is like, you can't, it's like Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. There are albums that you're just like, Jill Scott, Words and Sounds, Volume 1. Yeah. There are albums that are just like, if you do not say this album is perfection, there's something wrong with you, because those are albums that will eternally be perfect. You can't like, there's no argument. And I want to know about the music. Genius did an incredible interview. Blair, go watch it.
I already saw it, an hour long. Yeah, Precaution album.
Cried. Because it was like, this is the Mariah in the interview we needed for decades.
Yeah.
That celebrates her, and the reason that celebrates what she's been telling us with little tidbits here and there, but we've always glazed over it with, oh, but the diva antics, the drama. Mm-hmm. No, we want the music. Give us why we love you, and that's the music and your artistry. She's a freaking mute. So in this book, I hope I get all of that. I hope she delves into her mental health issues with her bipolar diagnosis. I hope she talks about the kids, the babies. Mm-hmm. And I would love for her to be vulnerable and have her talk about the times where people said her career was over, when they said that the voice isn't there anymore. Those things matter. I don't care who she's dated, there's whatever. Mm-hmm. Not the music, the creation, the vulnerability. That's what I hope to get. And my guess is that she wrote it in with someone else. A lot of these people do it, like Dave Ritz.
Yeah. It said at the bottom of her name someone else. So I think she had help a little bit.
I hope it's not an easy read. I hope it's a read that's like, okay, thought provoking a little bit, because I feel like Mariah Carey is such a wordsmith, and she's so clever, and she's so articulate that if it's an easy read, it's going to be a letdown, and I think it'll be a missed opportunity. Mm. Yeah.
Have you met her yet?
Mariah has tweeted me many times.
Oh, that's an honor in itself.
Oh, you have no idea. So she go to my Twitter. She tweeted my caution segment. I did a whole November 18th. Did a whole caution segment, and she was like, Jason, thank you so much for your awesome segment on Entertainment Tonight. Like, it was amazing. Yeah, but that's what I'm hoping to get from that, and some new music this year. That'd be great.
Right. You need that. You know what? I always wanted, I'm sorry, Sade. She's like, what the hell? But someone said to me the other day, what one question would you ask Mariah? And my one question of everything, why didn't you make a gospel album? I mean, if I had a gospel Mariah album, she would have just.
The thing about Mariah doing a gospel album is that, Merry Christmas had some gospel tinges on it, but.
That's what I was going to say, yes, Merry Christmas was like a little snippet, but imagine if she just had a gospel album. It would have changed the game in the gospel music industry, I really believe. But
that wasn't her bag, though. That wasn't that's like Christina Aguilera doing an album with standards. Like, no one, it's just fine. I mean, we're here for it, but if that's not their bag, it's not their bag. But I think Mariah Carey.
So stuck on your ex Tina track.
What did you say?
I'm so stuck on your ex Tina dry.
Oh no, seriously, I love ex Tina, but I'm saying
yeah, I love her too, but you read her, it's fine.
You read her, just a little bit.
Okay, well, we're kind of here for it, but we're really not. Mariah Carey gospel album wouldn't have hit probably the way Mariah would have wanted it to, and also Mariah Carey's a songwriter. So, I interviewed Walter Afanasieff, who wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You with her, and he talked about the whole, science behind the song. It's a very difficult song to play live because everything's done on the computer. The continuous piano on the song that's woven throughout the song is humanly impossible to play because it's looped.
Yeah.
No one's, playing the piano, I don't think Mariah would have been how can I write a gospel song? She writes all her songs. And also if my song was being covered by Mariah Carey, I would be pissed because every cover she does is incredible. Def Leppard, George Michael, Journey. I would be like, girl, don't cover my song. You sing it better than me. I hate
the Jackson 5, it went number 1. I get you.
So that's why she probably isn't done a gospel album. But I think this book is going to be great. And I think that Mariah Carey is, for much like Snoop Dogg, has managed to stay relevant for 30 years now.
Yeah.
A minute.
Yeah. And
now he's kicking it with Martha Stewart. I mean, who would have thought? Seriously.
I know. Honestly, it's so brilliant, and so good, and it's just those two perfect blend that we all weren't expecting.
And you would think Martha Stewart would be a Karen, but she's not.
She's not. She's for us.
She got really good street cred back then when she was sent to jail. Do you remember that? When was that? I don't even remember what year that was.
2004, 5?
For insider trading.
Yes, she got some street cred for that.
She's in jail for like 2 months.
I know, it's funny though, because now when celebrities go to jail, we're like, you need to go to real jail. But for back then with Martha, we're like, oh no, Martha.
You ain't gonna make it. She comes up.
She's gonna be baking in a cell, was she?
Like walking out of the cell, like, no.
Oh my gosh, I love her. And I love this conversation and having you on, Jason. You are phenomenal across the board, honestly, and opening up to us, being vulnerable. Thank you so much for all of your candor and giving us your Friday afternoon. Where can everyone find you? Shout it all out.
Well, I just want to thank, first of all, before I do that, I want to thank you both for allowing me to have a safe space to come and do that, and for being open and for inviting me on your show. You are valued. You both are immensely talented, and you are seen. And just thank you for this what we're doing here. I'm glad. I think it needs to happen a lot more within our community, especially in the hosting community, especially with other Black hosts, because the more we band together and support each other, the better we're going to be. So thank you for inviting me on your show. And you guys can find me on social media, Instagram, Jason Carter Official, and then hit me up on the Twitter at JJC Forever, not forever, forever. And guys, again, all the best. You both are incredible, and I've had a blast. I feel like I went to therapy here with the BS podcast.
Woo! Taking you to church and therapy. Well, you guys, thank you so much for listening. We are Over the BS Show. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram, all of our social media at Over the BS Show. And also, you guys, please rate us on Apple or any other podcast platform that rates or leaves reviews. We would really appreciate it. And you guys can find me, Blair, at I Am Blair T.
And find me, Sadé Spence, at Sadé A. Spence on all the socials. We will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.